Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Thank you. Oh, there we go. Welcome to the 8th grade award ceremony. Great to see you all here. Really the first of our leaving ceremonies. I get to speak at a lot of these things, so you'll be pleased to hear that I'm going to really limit my remarks today. You'll hear more expansively from me at the closing ceremony next Tuesday. But a couple of things I just want to say. The first is that the awards that are being given out today, tomorrow the Athletics Awards, and then next Tuesday, really I think illustrate what Bullis values. Today really is about academic and intellectual endeavour. It's about all-round endeavour as well, of course, with the athletics and arts. And then next Tuesday, perhaps most importantly, it's around character and leadership and service, which really are truly, I think, fundamental to what we are trying to do. But today it's really about the academic awards. Congratulations to all 81 8th graders. It's been a great year, I think, on the whole. I think you've all done well. I hope that the year has progressed really well, that it's culminating well. Especially special congratulations, of course, to the award winners. Parents, thank you. Thank you for your support of your children and of us. We feel it deeply every day. Deep gratitude to the teachers, the faculty, and of course our amazing middle school leadership, who really do set the tone. So that's it. I said I would not speak for very long. I think that's enough. All it remains for me to do is ask to come to the lectern our amazing middle school head, Dr. Marino. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Sullivan. Good afternoon, 8th graders and parents and faculty. As we approach the end of another school year, I can't help but feel mixed emotions. On one hand, I'm excited for summer break and the fun adventures everyone has planned, but on the other hand, saying goodbye to the school year is bittersweet. Why? Because we've had so many great experiences together. We've learned so many new concepts. We made history by being a part of an international Discovery Day trip, and we have grown as individuals as well as community members. Before we leave for our summer break, I'd like to take a moment to reflect and think about some of these amazing things that we accomplished this year. The beginning of the year began, as always, with a welcome back letter, but instead of saying Bullis is mask optional, the welcome back to school letter said Bullis is mask friendly. Little by little, we became more and more comfortable shedding our masks due to the COVID virus that was finally better managed. As a result, school slowly began to resemble pre-pandemic days. We began going on field trips. Do you remember these pictures? Do they look familiar? And attending in-person showcases, concerts, adjudications, as well as large community gatherings. The middle school division introduced the slogan, Be You, that came directly from the book entitled Be You by Peter H. Reynolds. This book celebrates individuality, persistence, and staying true to self. The quote, no matter where your journey leads you, be curious, be adventurous, be patient, be brave, but most of all, be comfortable being you. That was perfect for our division. We participated in experiential education trips. Our Honor Code Assembly was held as a Bullis middle school or community event again with upper school and lower school. The traditional middle school community cookout returned to celebrate homecoming as a division before joining the larger Bullis community at the football stadium. And our Halloween contest was entertaining. The theater performance this year, The Lightning Thief, Percy Jackson, the musical, was phenomenal. Clearly one of the most challenging productions to date. The musical showcased the numerous talents of the cast, including artistic choreography, harmonic successions of chords, and scaffolding frameworks. meticulously manipulated by the tech crew. You couldn't ask for a more professional production. In fact, I heard many audience members saying it was like watching a show on Broadway. And then it was time to prepare. Yes, prepare for our first historic Discovery Day trips. Teachers worked diligently to create an interdisciplinary curriculum aligned to sites and exhibits we planned on visiting. The outcome was terrific. In fact, trip leaders commented on how impressed they were with the advanced levels of knowledge you shared. We practiced lining up alphabetically without saying a word. We gathered in small groups silently to join leaders quickly, and we used hand gestures to let the group know when to stop and listen. Your parents signed many, many forms to make this trip happen, and we had many discussions to establish expectations. We talked about appropriate attire, no holes in clothes, no bikinis, just tankinis, no crop tops, and closed-toes shoes. We talked about hygiene, medicine, self-care, and we took huge, and I do mean huge, suitcases of sunscreen, hair conditioner, and shampoo. We had enough to protect everyone in the state of Maryland from UV rays. We were protected, we looked good, and we smelled fresh. We were mindful explorers. Teachers enjoyed stopping by rooms for late-night check-ins that often resulted in a few minutes to talk about highlights of the day, and we relied on one another when keys were lost, items were left, or the plane wouldn't accept forms of payment for snacks. Remember that? Not only did we learn volumes, we had fun and truly enjoyed strengthening bonds together while in unfamiliar territory. So yes, it's been a year. It's been a great year, just like Mr. Sullivan said. A year of defining moments and historic first. A year that resembles aspects of our traditional normal, and a year that will never be forgotten. I'm going to stop there, and before we begin our summer vacation, we can recognize students that excelled academically and embodied the Bullis core values this school year. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Jeffaloni to the stage to present this year's American Studies Award.
Good afternoon. It is my pleasure to present this year's American Studies Academic Award to Ms. Juliette Wade. It may seem odd to give an award to someone with whom you argue on a regular basis, but nevertheless, here we are. As any fan of Hamilton would know, including Ms. Wade herself, Thomas Jefferson spent the majority of his political career arguing with Alexander Hamilton. That being said, if you walk through the doors of Jefferson's home in Monticello today, one of the first things you will see is a bust of Alexander Hamilton. Jefferson understood that his debates with Hamilton challenged his thinking and made him better. Ms. Wade, you are the Hamilton to my Jefferson. I, of course, want to recognize you for your outstanding academic work in American Studies, but more than that, I would like to thank you for being so reliable. I can rely on you to passionately defend whatever side of the pop culture nonsense that we tend to be arguing about. I can rely on you to, without fail, point out the typos I may have missed in my slideshow. But most importantly, I can rely on you to ask the questions that need to be asked. I can rely on you to look at history from the point of long, marginalized voices, and I can rely on the fact that the questions you ask will lead to invaluable classroom discussions. When planning for class, I often find myself thinking, how will Ms. Wade feel about this? Who am I leaving out? Simply put, you make me a better teacher. The Hamilton to my Jefferson. Congratulations, and I can't wait to see what you will do next. Please join me in welcoming Chelsea King to present the Acting Award.
Good afternoon. This year's acting class, as always, was small but mighty. The 7 individuals that made up this class took major steps in their goal to become better performers. Not only that, but they bonded together as a class to create power performances together. And I've had the pleasure of working with several members of the class for a few years now, but this year's award recipient was a new 8th grader to Bullis this year. Their timid demeanor at the beginning of the year had me worried that they wouldn't come out of their shell, but during our first major monologue project, I could see that the choices that they were making had potential to be pulled out. They continued to grow, pushing themselves outside of their comfort zone, performing at festival, and taking on Shakespeare like it was nothing. Every time the student performed their Shakespearean monologue for the class, they made new and fresh choices, keeping us on the edge of our seats and usually in tears when it was over. I'm thrilled that the student has found a way to share their amazing voice with the world and cannot wait to see how they grow in upper school. I'm beyond proud to award this year's Excellence in Acting Award to Alexa Telly. Please welcome Ms. Shui Clark to the stage.
好，大家好，下午好。This outstanding 8th grade student is actually enrolled in the Chinese 2 class with upper school student. She has set high expectations for herself and displays a remarkable level of maturity while maintaining a humble and kind manner. It has been my pleasure to work with her for the 3rd consecutive year, and I have observed her demonstrate exceptional proficiency in reading, writing, speaking, and listening skill in the class. She can fluently incorporate a diverse range of vocabulary and grammar structures into her speech to express herself effectively. In her writing, she skillfully applied new grammar and vocabulary, resulting in clear, concise prose that showcase excellent grammar and sentence structure. Additionally, the students demonstrate a deep appreciation for Chinese culture and her heritage, as evidenced by her recent trip to Taiwan during the spring break, where she took advantage of an immersive language environment to practice and improve her language skill. It is with great pleasure that I announce Grace Lai as the Chinese 8th grade award recipient. Congratulations, Grace. Now, please join me in welcoming Mr. Matt Revican to represent Entrepreneurship Award.
This year was a tremendous success for the Entrepreneurship Middle School program. There are 18 students in the Majors program and 17 students in the Minors program. In each section, there were 4 girls that also participated, which was brought to my attention before this assembly. These students learned all about what it means to be an entrepreneur through a variety of class collaborations and a major group project, which was the mini Shark Tank. I am pleased to announce that the future is bright for the capstone course here at Bullis. While the classes were filled with budding entrepreneurs, superstars, one student separated herself from the rest. Soleil Russell was a student with amazing work ethic. She was well respected by her peers and thoroughly engaged in classroom discussions, not only with her high level of participation, but also with her awesome ability to grasp the knowledge that was being taught. Soleil, thank you for your hard work and your dedication to the middle school entrepreneurship class. I know you will be a success in the future. Next up, Ms. Bogart.
Good afternoon.
This year's 8th grade band majors were asked to play double duty, a challenge they executed with ease. They played in both the middle school and upper school concert bands with varying musical difficulty in the repertoire. I distinctly remember the 8th graders first seeing the music for the fall concert and hearing, "There's no way we are playing this," and seeing very wide eyes. Each of you has improved immensely throughout this experience, and I enjoy hearing you go back to the fall music and playing once impossible excerpts with ease. Lots of Star Wars. The award winner from this group is a longtime participant in our program and has received many personal accolades throughout his musical career. It is my pleasure to present the 8th grade instrumental award to Dylan Zaharia. Dylan began playing the trumpet here in 3rd grade and thus has had an impressive tenure in our music program. He has participated in our yearly private lesson recitals and was chosen to play in the honors recital 2 years in a row. In addition, Dylan has participated in the Maryland Music Educators Solo Festival and received superior ratings 2 years in a row, qualifying him for the state level. He has played in the middle school jazz band and helped in the middle school and upper school concert bands earn excellent ratings at the District Band Festival. A musician's journey is filled with incremental progress, with some plateaus and being longer than others. The growth Dylan and all of our 8th graders made this year was the most significant and noticeable. His range, how high and low he can play, a very important bragging point for a trumpet player, especially how high they can play, has increased, and I hear him popping out high notes in rehearsals just for fun. I can always count on Dylan to be prepared for each rehearsal and have a funny comment or two. Dylan, I can't wait to see how you progress as a musician in the upper school. Thank you for your contributions to our ensembles, and congratulations on achieving such a high level of musicianship. Congratulations. And please join me in welcoming Lisa Anzalone to present the Language Arts Award.
Okay, good afternoon. It is with pride and enthusiasm that I present the 8th grade Language Arts Award to a most scholarly and erudite young man, Nick Whitehouse. From the start, Nick's thirst to improve his craft was evident. A kind and approachable peer and student, he was always welcoming collaboration, critical feedback, and the opportunity to make his work better. Good writers draft, revise, again and again. And Nick took on the writing process with fervor and never, not even once, complained. Our language arts class has learned over 100 high-level vocabulary words this year. Words like lugubrious, garrulous, obtrusive, and faux pas. Not only has Nick achieved consistent, perfect scores on assessments, evaluating the words spelling, definition, part of speech, and usage, he's proven the words are infused in his long-term memory through implementation in his writing and spoken word. A momentous occasion for me, selfishly as his teacher, was when he kindly asked for my support in reviewing a paper he was writing for a different class. It was an American history assignment. Not only did Nick use skills learned this year in language arts for that assignment, he was presenting research and stating a claim, citing evidence and analysis, but he included a plethora of high-level vocabulary he was introduced to over the course of the year. So proud I was. Nick is an active reader, always ready to participate and share his thoughts. Through Socratic seminar meetings, Nick shared thoughtfully and was always respectful and welcoming of others' opinions. Beyond his age, he was not afraid to be vulnerable and disagree kindly or alter his view if he felt the evidence presented warranted. In closing, I would like to share a well-known rugby quote. For those of you who know Nick, you know he loves rugby. The whole point of rugby is that it is, first and foremost, a state of mind, a spirit. That's Jean-Pierre Rives. Nick, I see you taking that state of mind and spirit into the classroom every day. Good luck in upper school honors English. Please welcome Mr. Wood, our Latin teacher. Thank you.
Sovete omnes.
Listen, I know you're in 8th grade, but you're not allowed to be jaded yet.
Sovete omnes. Thank you. Today, I am honored to give and name this year's Latin Award recipient for the 8th grade. This individual is someone who I think our class would recognize as the de facto leader of the group ever since starting Latin way back in 6th grade. Hybrid learning. They are someone who has fun with the language, class games, and group work, but truly knows that in learning a language, you have to have discipline. Dare I say, lock in. In such an energetic cohort that our Latin 2 class has been, this learner is the even-keeled one who always asks clarifying questions, encourages others, and acts as a calming force. When I think of this student, I think back to Homer's Odyssey, specifically the suspenseful moment when Odysseus returns home in disguise and unsuspectingly attempts to shoot an arrow through 12 axe heads in an epic contest. And I quote, "So he had tricked them all, after examining the mighty bow carefully, inch by inch, as easily as an experienced musician stretches a sheep-gut string around a lyre's peg and makes it fast. Odysseus, with ease, strung the great bow. He held it in his right hand and plucked the string, and it made a song like a swallow song, a clear, sweet note. He took up an arrow, which was lying on the table. He laid it on the bridge, pulled the notch end and the string together, sitting in his chair. With careful aim, he shot. The weighted tip of the bronze flew through each axe head and then out the other side. Today, you have shot through 8 of those axes, Alessandro, and I can't wait to see the arrow pass through the next 4 in upper school. Felicum natalem. Dia mortales et mirabile visu. Congratulations. Please join me in welcoming Ms. Julia Cameron to present the Mathematics Award.
Hello. This year's Math Award recipient always wondered about big questions and liked to ponder how the world of mathematics really works. I found myself responding once or twice, "That's a great question, and one that you'll answer maybe in college someday." But perhaps more notable than this student's creative spirit is the joyful approach they always have towards their learning. This student seemed to find great joy in solving even the most challenging questions. To honor the Math Award recipient, I will uncharacteristically, as a math teacher, be reading a poem inspired by this student. With every equation, they find joy and delight, solving each problem with all their might. A cheerful spirit through and through, their love for math shines bright like a hue. Through the ups and downs, they never give in, persevering through the struggles with a grin. Their imaginations soaring like an eagle in flight as they explore the world of math with all their might. And so this student, with a heart so true, inspires others with all they do, a creative, cheerful, diligent math student whose passion for numbers will never be dormant. Angles, circles, and polygons too, and all their friends, it's true, for they see patterns and symmetry in every shape and geometry. So let us all give them applause for their brilliance and their cause. May they continue to excel and their passion for math forever dwell. Please celebrate with me as I present this award to Anderson Recker. Please join me in welcoming Ms. Zaimi to present the Science Award.
This has been a great year for 8th graders in their science explorations. They had fun learning about new topics, engaging in experiments, and designing and building models to show their understanding. They all worked hard, but as I had to select just one student for this award, one particular student kept coming to my mind as I watched her work in the classroom and made me wonder how, according to the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, women still constitute roughly 30% of all scientists. Depending on the industry, that percentage gets even smaller, especially when considering the number of men in leadership positions within those fields compared to women. To become a scientist, you need a certain set of skills, like passion, curiosity, critical thinking, problem solving, self-motivation, time management, being able to adapt and remain flexible, teamwork, and above all, communication. When I think of these, I can comfortably share that this year's Science Award recipient in particular demonstrated them all. The student worked hard in every single class, making sure she was doing her best at all times. The student didn't complete work just to be done, get a grade, and move on to the next topic. She showed that she was genuinely interested to learn about how things work, and she was quick to make connections between the work in the classroom and real-life applications. The student showed passion and creativity in engineering projects. She kept asking questions, engaging in discussions, and remaining positive when problem-solving in group projects. This student was a great lab partner to her classmate. She made her best contributions, initiated discussions, and was helpful to team members when they were falling behind with their tasks or were struggling to come up with solutions. And she did everything with a smile on her face. Her kindness and enthusiasm for learning were exceptional at all times. I'm sure she'll continue to thrive as a science and engineering student in the years to come, and I look forward to hearing about her future achievements. It is my pleasure to have Lily Katz as this year's 8th grade Science Award recipient. Congratulations, Lily. And now, please join me in welcoming Mr. Wood to represent the Spanish award on behalf of Ms. Marcela Velikovsky.
Buenas tardes, hola a todos. That's all I know, I'm sorry. I'm working on it. So obviously, I am not Senora Velikovsky. She wishes she could be here, but she's actually at her son's graduation. So really, just a joyous day for everybody. These are all her words. So when I'm saying in the first person, that is her. Learning a world language is one of the many wonderful opportunities that students have at Bullis. It is an important step towards becoming a global citizen and being well equipped to understand other people's cultures and perspectives, to be more tolerant and understanding in this globalized world. This year's award recipient comes to class with the best attitude and stands out for his consistent hard work and effort to become proficient in Spanish. I must say, I've been really impressed with him since I met him in 6th grade during our hybrid classes. Remember? I'd like to invite Ryan Jager to join me on the stage. Ryan, your grit, your tenacity, and your determination to overcome challenges, whether big or small, is admirable. You never hesitate to ask for help, and you have tackled obstacles with perseverance and diligence. So today, I'd like to recognize you for working hard to reach your goals and celebrate your success. You should be proud of yourself because your family and I are very proud of you. It's been my privilege to be your teacher and witness your academic and personal growth. It is an honor to present the 8th grade Spanish Award to you. Congratulations, Ryan. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Anthony Brooks to present the Technical Theater Award.
Technical theater can sometimes require a student to use and possess many skills. These skills can range from drawing designs, brainstorming ideas, to realizing the full project. Russell Pita holds many of these skills to become a great technician in the technical theater industry. Come on up, Russell. During the costume design project, Russell was able to create interesting designs without breaking a sweat. The project required students to create costumes from a prompt and research the background of the character. Russell's research and final design was very successful and intriguing. For our final project of the year, we took on the task to bring both Top Gun movies, both the 1986 and the 2022 movie, to the Broadway stage. Russell's knowledge of Top Gun helped guide us to bring these classic films into one show for the stage. Whether or not Russell wants to believe he has the mind for technical theater, he truly has a natural talent to become a young technician. I hope Russell continues to be part of the technical theater family in upper school. Hint, hint, wink, wink. Congratulations on winning the 8th grade Technical Theater Award, Russell. Please join me in welcoming Miss Rita Gerhardt to present the Technology Award.
Good afternoon. In the technology class, my students learn coding, they learn simple circuitry, mechanics to build robots. I've been really impressed with all their creative ideas and the work that's been done by this class and these students. They chose to do a rainforest theme based on their trip to Costa Rica, and everyone went about building their robots. There's a hummingbird, a toucan, a macaw, a gorilla, a monkey, a butterfly, an alligator, a turtle, a set of flowers, and many other things. There's also one frog made by my student Tuan. Where are you, Tuan? Come on up. And I just wanted to say your frog robot is really, really cool. It's also finished, which is a big accomplishment right now. The precision of your design, the skill with tools, the way you use the laser cutter, the 3D printers, I can always rely on Tuan to help anybody out and make sure that they've checked all the boxes before blowing up the laser cutter or, causing a print to not go well or something. So you have just been phenomenal for me in that way. You're a dedicated and serious student. You get your work done, you do it well. When other students notice that your mechanisms and code were functioning properly, they often come to you for help, and you give it generously. Sometimes so generously that I have to say, Tuan, come back and you get your own work done. You're a quiet leader, a kind soul, and a great human. I have very much enjoyed working with you this year. Well, actually, since 6th grade. And I will truly miss you when you leave us for the upper school. Tuan, congratulations on receiving the Tech Award for 8th grade. And please join me in welcoming Ms. Kelsey Donegan to present the Visual Art Award.
I have never had an art majors class like the one I had this year. 10 students, all with a variety of personalities, some more giggly than others. but all of which showed up each day ready to work and put their whole selves into their art. I have loved working with each and every one of you, helping you learn more new materials and techniques, push yourselves out of your comfort zone, and develop your own style. I don't say this lightly, but you have been one of my favorite classes ever. All that said, I had to choose just one of you to receive the art award. So I thought about each project we did and the different skills we learned and the different ways we had to stretch ourselves. The winner of this award gave her full energy towards each new task, working hard to master drawing, painting, clay, and sculpture. She embraced new techniques and ideas and came to class with an open mind and a drive to do everything with the highest craftsmanship. The student frequently took her work home and even spent a full weekend dedicated towards doodling on her sculpture. The artist shows high craftsmanship in everything she does, and she doesn't settle for anything other than her best. Chandler Brewington, I am proud to present you with the 8th Grade Art Award. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Moreno back to the podium for closing remarks.
Right. Quality is never an accident. There's no shortcut for anything worthwhile. It takes effort, perseverance, and determination to reach high levels of achievement. This quote reminds me of Brigadier General Janine L. Burkhead's comment when she talked to us during a middle school assembly. She said, "It's important to take your lessons in school seriously." And she asked us to always do our best on every assignment, because when you do your best, you're prepared. And when that preparation meets opportunity, you find success. Let's give all the award recipients another round of applause for taking their lessons seriously. Eighth grade students, we look forward to seeing you again in Blair Auditorium Tuesday morning for the recognition ceremony. At that time, we will acknowledge the entire class and congratulate all of you for your successful completion of the Bullis Middle School requirements. So with that, if you received an achievement award this afternoon, please come to the front of the stage once I dismiss your section so that you can take a group picture. Don't forget to bring your certificate and your gift. Parents, once I dismiss the students, feel free to come up and take as many pictures as you like. And you may also take your children home so you can begin the celebration. For the rest of you, it is 2:53. So we have about, till 3:15, 3:20 for dismissal. It's a beautiful day. When I dismiss your section, get your backpack, anything you need to take home, and we will meet you on the playground. All right. I'm going to dismiss this section first. Have a wonderful afternoon. Yeah.
How long is the recognition ceremony?
It's usually an hour and a half.